As arguably the best rapper of all time, very few artists have ever dared to directly challenge Kendrick Lamar. And for the ones brave enough to try, it's typically not long before we see them take back their disses.
Man, that's the lamest shit I ever did in my life, right? I just want to come up here and be like, publicly be like, I pray that my really didn't feel no way, and if he did, I got my chin out. Take your best shot, I'm gonna take that shit on the chin, boy, do what you do.
However, while J. Cole is the most recent, he is far from the only rapper to apologize to Kendrick Lamar. From instances of saying sorry for getting mad that Kendrick swept the Grammys and he wasn't nominated, to then even apologizing after winning a Grammy over Kendrick in one of the biggest award show robberies in history. In this video, we take a look at the 5 rappers that have said sorry to Kendrick Lamar. Starting with the most recent one, J. Cole. In a period when hip-hop was feeling stagnant, out of nowhere emerged Kendrick Lamar to shake the entire industry up. Labeled by J. Cole as, quote, a bazooka that was dropped on the rap game, Kendrick Lamar's surprise like that verse on Future and Metro Boomin's album would spark one of the biggest rap wars of the past decade. And caught up right in the middle of it all was none other than J. Cole. But in order to fully understand why J. Cole ultimately apologized to Kendrick, it's important for us to first learn the duo's history. As 2 of the most popular rappers, fans have been comparing them head-to-head for basically their entire careers, constantly debating who is better. However, at least prior to this year though, Cole and Kendrick seem to be good friends with mutual respect, having not only worked on these 3 released songs in the past, but also allegedly having recorded an entire collab album together, which they've teased countless times since 2010.
And do you still have some stuff with J. Cole coming?
Yeah, we're gonna drop that out the sky though. I ain't gonna give no dates, no nothing.
That mixtape that y'all,
Oh man,
it's like folklore, it's hip-hop folklore.
Man. Album, man.
The Kendrick J. Cole mixtape album.
Possibly the biggest bucket list album that we know exists but will likely never hear, citing label issues as the main reason why. While even Cole himself has told fans not to get their hopes up, again prior to 2024 there appeared to be no hard feelings between the 2.
So does this mean there'll never be a Kendrick and Cole album that everybody seems to think is happening?
Not for that reason. It's not that I wouldn't want to work with him. That's not the case. It's just that when I'm working on my album, it's just like, yo, it's timing. This man is his own man. I'm my own man.
They act like 2 legends cannot coexist, raps Cole on his 2019 hit Middle Child. Throughout the next few years, Cole would only continue this respect for his competitor and friend Kendrick Lamar with these lyrics on his first ever song with Drake, labeling them the industry's biggest 3 on First Person Shooter. Love when they argue the hardest MC, is it K. Dot, is it Aubrey or me? We the big 3 like we started a league, but right now I feel like Muhammad Ali, raps J. Cole. However, combined with bars from Drake bragging and comparing himself to Michael Jackson with all of his hits, clearly Kendrick took offense to this song and to Drake and J. Cole teaming up. As a hidden feature on Future and Metro Boomin's collab album, Kendrick Lamar surprised us all by sending shots at Drake and J. Cole, quickly dismissing this idea of a big 3. F sneak diss and First Person Shooter, I hope he came with 3 switches, raps Kendrick on the track like that. Mother F the big 3, man, it's just big me. As Rob Markman of Genius puts it, Kendrick was drawing a firm line in the sand. His stance is you can't just say you're the greatest, you're going to have to prove it.
Feel like the big 3 like we started a league. Kendrick is saying, nah, that is just me. It ain't no 3, it's me and then whoever wants smoke.
Fans were hoping that we would finally get to hear these stars duel it out on the mic. As this whiteboard on Drake's tour reads, the rap game will never be at peace, there will always be competition. Everyone wants to be the one. However, while that is true, if we know anything about rap beefs from the past, we know that they can get personal extremely fast, which did not seem like the path J. Cole was trying to take against his friend. But although Kendrick's shots were aimed more at Drake with bars like, or all your dogs getting buried, that's okay with all these 9s, he gon' see Pet Sematary, as the other member of the so-called Big 3 who also happened to be on tour with Drake at the time this diss dropped, J. Cole was in a very tough position as an artist.
For the first time I was tested. Why am I tested? Because I got the world and I got my niggas like, what you gonna do, Cole? Text flooded, I couldn't even answer my shit. Nigga, it's wartime, boom, 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 right? Niggas wanna see blood.
But regardless of how he truly felt inside, Cole would eventually give in to the pressure from fans and respond with a diss track of his own. Featured as the outro track on his new project Might Delete Later, which judging from these vlogs that were posted months earlier, Cole had already been planning to drop this project before all this happened, but obviously 7-Minute Drill was recorded recently as it would hear J. Cole take multiple light jabs at his former collaborator, with bars calling Kendrick's discography boring and inconsistent as well as saying that he fell off like The Simpsons. Seen as more of a warning track, it was clear that Cole was a little hesitant about responding from the start. Lord, please don't make me have to smoke this man cause I f**k with him. Now J. Cole has never claimed to be some hard street rapper, and again the majority of Kendrick's diss was aimed at Drake. However, as Cole says, after days of not sleeping, he would finally apologize to Kendrick at his Dreamville festival in North Carolina.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all, past 2 days felt terrible. I moved in a way that was that I feel spiritually feel bad on me. Like when I listen to it and when it comes out and I see the talk, that shit don't sit right with my spirit. That shit make me feel, that shit disrupts my fucking peace.
Cole simply did what he felt was right. After stating that he damn near had a relapse because he was so deep in his head, along with apologizing to Kendrick, J. Cole would then actually remove 7 Minute Drill from all streaming services, living up to the project's name.
I know this is not what a lot of people want to hear. I know I can hear my niggas up there right now like, nah, don't do that. But I got to keep it 100 with y'all. How many people think Kendrick Lamar is one of the greatest motherfuckers to ever touch a microphone? As do I.
Despite acknowledging that he knew it would let a lot of his fans down, that is exactly what happened. Disappointed that Cole basically removed himself from this battle of the big three, well, I get that people are mad because even if he was conflicted, he still did make the final decision to drop his diss. But at the same time, others have argued that Cole simply realized he didn't want a part of this beef and owned up to his mistake like a man. Regardless though, he did apologize and it's yet to see how this will really affect his career going forward. However, for the very first artist to ever apologize to Kendrick Lamar, not only did it totally backfire in his face, but after Macklemore's corny apology in 2014, his career was never the same. Back in 2012, you couldn't go anywhere or turn on any radio station without hearing Macklemore's breakout hit, Thrift Shop. Released as a single for his debut album with Ryan Lewis titled The Heist, not only was the now Diamond-certified Thrift Shop named the #1 biggest song of the year by Billboard, but then the duo's other single, Can't Hold Us, would also peak at the top spot, impressively landing 2 #1 hits in the same year. However, while Thrift Shop and Can't Hold Us were obviously mainstream smashes, it wasn't until the 2014 Grammys when their debut album, The Heist, would truly live up to its name.
Macklemore and Ryan Lewis.
The 2014 Grammys saw Macklemore and Ryan Lewis complete quite possibly the biggest robbery in Grammys history, along with taking home the coveted award for Best Rap Album, as The Heist defeated classic works such as Kanye West's Yeezus, Drake's Nothing Was the Same, Jay-Z's Magna Carta, and most importantly Kendrick Lamar's Good Kid, Mad City. But then Macklemore would also take home Best New Artist over Ed Sheeran, James Blake, Casey Musgraves, and again Kendrick Lamar, in addition to winning Best Rap Performance over Drake, Eminem, Jay-Z, and Kendrick, and once more Best Rap Song with Thrift Shop picked over Drake, Kanye, Jay-Z, and A$AP Rocky. Macklemore wound up taking home 4 of the most prestigious awards of the night. Meanwhile, Kendrick Lamar, who was nominated 7 times for his masterpiece, Good Kid, Mad City, left empty-handed with 0 wins. Anybody you ask will tell you that literally any other nominated album should have won instead, a decision that even Macklemore knew wasn't right. "You got robbed," says Macklemore in a text to Kendrick's iPhone. "I wanted you to win, you should have. It's weird and sucks that I robbed you. I was gonna say that during my speech, then the music started playing and I froze. Anyways, you know what it is, congrats on this year and your music." Most fans agree that it was a nice gesture to reach out and pay respect to Kendrick. However, by posting the text publicly all over social media, this came off as very corny and just looking for validation from the internet.
It kind of sucks. I mean, I think we made a great album. I think that Kendrick made a better rap album, and that's what it is.
My text to Kendrick after the show, Macklemore's caption reads, "He deserved Best Rap Album. I'm honored and completely blown away to win anything, much less 4 Grammys. But in that category, he should have won in my opinion. Not taking nothing from The Heist, but just giving Good Kid, Mad City its proper respect." But by turning this private apology into a public conversation, this ultimately backfired on Macklemore's original intentions, as even Kendrick himself said that posting the text message was uncalled for.
Did you ever feel any way about him posting the text message or anything like that?
Yeah, I think it was uncalled for, to be 100 with you. When he sent it to me, I was like, okay, I could see him feeling that type of way because he a good dude. I think for confirmation from the world, you know, he probably felt like he had to put it out there, which he didn't need to do. He didn't need to do.
"That shit was whack as fuck," said Drake of Macklemore in his public apology for winning. "I was like, you won, why are you posting your text message? Just chill, take your W, and if you feel you didn't deserve it, then go make better music." To name just Kendrick, that shit made me feel funny. No, in that case you robbed everybody, and we all need text messages. I think it's safe to say that we won't be seeing Drake added to this list and apologizing to Kendrick anytime soon. Which, now looking back, Macklemore says that he regrets how it all went down.
You know, you look back at the text, obviously shouldn't have been texted. Obviously, I mean, I could text Kendrick that, but it shouldn't have been put on the internet. There's things that I shouldn't have done, but we're done.
But while Macklemore apologized to Kendrick after winning Grammys over him, back in 2020, another rapper did the exact opposite, as French Montana would retract his statements after Kendrick swept the Grammys instead of him. At the start of the pandemic in April of 2020, French Montana sat down for a Zoom interview with Complex News, and thanks to this one outrageous claim, the clip quickly went viral.
I mean, honestly, you could put somebody like Kendrick Lamar next to me on the same stage in the festival. I might outshine him, not because I'm a better rapper. It's just I got more hits. I will outshine because I have more hits than Kendrick Lamar.
Honestly, no one on the internet agreed that French Montana has more hits than Kendrick Lamar. But as we'll see in a second, there was actually a deeper reason why he said this. If we just talking about anthems, me versus Kendrick hit for hit, I believe I can go neck to neck. French tweeted doubling down on his crazy claims. I've been making hits for a long time. Now don't get me wrong, he does have a few huge hits, but compared to Kendrick Lamar, French Montana then became the laughing stock of the internet for the next week, with even fellow rapper Young Thug jumping in to clown him.
Stupid he said he got more hits than Kendrick Lamar. French Montana. Listen, bro. Get out of your feelings. I'm only speaking from an artist standpoint. You do not have nowhere near more hits than Kendrick Lamar whatsoever.
Had to wear the skirt to tuck the scat, French posted laughing in response to Young Thug. Lineup has changed, French Montana versus Young Thug hits. This not you either? This shit crazy. Put that bread up and bring your best 20 songs.
That's you with that skirt, man. I'm a film the video like this. That's how you like it. You must have fell on your head.
However, throughout this entire back and forth, Kendrick Lamar gave no indication that he even knew what was going on. And while I suppose French Montana did get the clout he was looking for in the moment, 4 years later here in 2024, French would finally reveal the true reason he came at Kendrick.
I was just heated I ain't win a Grammy for Unforgettable. How he win all this Unforgettable ain't win none. Unforgettable was like 13 million sold now. I was just talking about him because he was the winner at the time.
A total opposite from the 2014 show, the 2018 Grammys saw Kendrick Lamar own the night, taking home 5 awards for Damn, including sweeping all 4 rap categories. Meanwhile, French Montana was upset and felt that he was snubbed of even a nomination for his hit Unforgettable with Sway Lee. But although French did have the right to be mad, he has since walked back his previous actions. Quoting in an Instagram Live apology, "I want to do the positive thing here and stay out of trouble, because at the end of the day, me, Thug, and Kendrick are 3 different artists."
I got nothing but love for Kendrick, but just that one day at the interview, I was just so heated that I ain't win, and he was the winner, and I was just like, yeah. But I fuck with Kendrick. I fuck with the whole team.
Similar to French Montana, though, for the last 2 rappers on our list who have dissed Kendrick Lamar and then apologized, both of them ignited the beef with shots thrown from social media. Only 3 years after rapping alongside Kendrick on his Control feature, which also shook the industry when it dropped, back in 2016 while live streaming himself on Periscope, once a comment asked him to play some Kendrick music, Jay Electronica decided to lash out against his former collaborator.
Put some Kendrick on. Nah, that. Look, you couldn't pay Kendrick $1 million. Kendrick wouldn't tell you. Kendrick could tell you himself he couldn't body me. Kendrick, look, Kendrick is my son. Kendrick is my baby. Kendrick wishes that he could be me.
Combined with claiming on stream that Kendrick is his son, that same month on the day of the 2016 Grammys, Jay would also drop a new song titled TBE, The Curse of Mayweather, with lyrics hearing him mock Kendrick's 11 Grammy nominations. However, as we see it so often go, only 2 months later in April, Jay Electronica was apologizing on Twitter for what he said. Peace to K-Dot and TDE, because regardless to whom or what, we are brothers fighting the same enemy. Forgive my past transgressions. It was a similar story too for Chicago rapper Lupe Fiasco in 2018. After starting off by claiming that Kendrick and SZA's All the Stars song for the Black Panther movie stole his cover art from his upcoming album, just a day later Lupe would take it a step further online in a series of now deleted tweets. I'll put it to you like this, K-Dot is not a top tier lyricist to me and my standards when it comes to punchlines and bars. Lupe responded when asked if he truly believed Logic was a better rapper than Kendrick. The only issue that the world thinks I have with K-Dot, and I actually do, is that I think his Control verse was super whack and super overhyped to be a verse claiming you are the best rapper. It was very weird. I was told it was just bait, but still.
I think it's really dope that Lupe knows who I am, and I'm not in charge of his top 5 artists in his book.
As expected though, Lupe's posts were met with a lot of angry fans arguing in the comments, and despite Kendrick himself never acknowledging them, his former manager and TDE president Dave Free would share this tweet, "At Lupe Fiasco, go kick and push yourself into a tree with these wild allegations." But again, as the trend goes, just 2 months later Lupe Fiasco was on Instagram Live taking back his previous posts. "Maybe I should have just left it alone," he admits. "I apologize for even engaging and talking about dudes' careers. I'll never do that shit again." However, along with now almost 6 years later claiming that he was only apologizing for wasting time rather than directly to Kendrick Lamar, Lupe has also stated that he has yet to listen to any of these new diss records because, well, I had a moment of clarity that we care too much about things that don't mean anything. With all due respect. At the end of the day, all of this is simply music and entertainment. But while it remains to be seen exactly how this current hip-hop civil war plays out, as we just saw, history would suggest that if you dare diss Kendrick Lamar, it typically never ends in your favor.